Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an Instant Classic. And I'm
What
sitting.
just happened? What just happened?
I don't know what happened. I did I ruin the show? Did I ruin the podcast? I
You
probably
didn't.
did.
It's always an instant classic, so there's no ruining.
Oh, well, then I mean, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? I'm on the floor here.
It's 2016. I got a new complaint now. Sitting on the floor from the side, you look like Tyler Breeze. You look like you're taking a selfie.
Listen, it's because Tyler Breeze is the man, and we will see why he's the man in this Breaking Ground review. That's right, we will see. But before we get to that, let me move a little because the glare is all up in my screen and I can't see my notes. We open up with Bayley backstage at Night of Champions, looking to get advice from Natalya on her big Iron Woman match coming up against Sasha Banks. Basically just talked about her big match. That was really the whole kind of beginning of the show. There wasn't really too much else to write about because we already know what happened. Unless you've been under a rock in 2015.
We don't know what happened, actually.
Well, then, I mean, you need to go on the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month. And you can do everything.
If we didn't know what Triple H was talking to her and Sasha about, then how do we know what was going on?
Do you have any thoughts about the opening of Breaking Ground?
Yes, I do. I have a couple. Actually, I have like one. It was cool to see Natty, helping out because I feel like at this point, she's one of those like female wrestlers that could just like give up, right? Like because they don't use her. Like I feel like after a certain point, you're just like, I am done helping anyone. I am done wrestling. I quit WWE, wrestling for WWE. Because like she hasn't been used like in a relevant tone for so long. Even the little bit she had on NXT was still for like, it was like a week. And I'm like, why? She's good, but like, why don't they use her? And I'm like, why isn't she not giving up? It's kind of a testament to her character because like her like legit character, her grit and whatnot. Because like, I feel like after a while, you got to be like, thinking about it, maybe I should quit today. Because she got all that family lineage that helps her that could help her go anywhere else. But like she decides to stay in WWE, and I just don't get it.
But I mean, like they've never used her right. I don't think, in my opinion, they've never used her right. I mean, from her debut, they were trying to just bill her as the niece of Bret Hart, blah, blah, blah. They didn't give her her own, unique character attributes. It was all based on Bret Hart.
The only thing about that is at least she was getting used. You can have a terrible character, but at least if you're getting used, you feel a little bit better. I mean, I feel like she'd feel a lot better if she was out there, with the same character. At least she's being used. I mean, she is getting paid for doing nothing. So, I mean, it can't be that bad.
I've been used by a ton of women, and it doesn't make me feel better. I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on to Tino, our boy Tino. He requests that Coach Bloom and Coach Pierce join him for a film session of his last match. I like that they actually do kind of film sessions to give you a chance to kind of, review your matches, see what you did right, what you did wrong, kind of see how, like they were saying in the film session, how different crowds react. Because, a crowd in New York is going to react completely different from a crowd in Chicago. Chicago's just going to chant for CM Punk the whole time. But anyway, that was, I thought you were going to laugh at that. Damn. damn, the jokes aren't funny anymore. I don't like 2016 now.
No, you know what happened? I was paying attention, but I got lost in my notes because you were talking about this part, and I had like 2 points before this one, so I was a little confused. So,
Share
sorry.
your points. Because I kind of skipped around a little bit. I didn't take down notes on everything in this show. So if there's anything I missed, jump in there. And
All right.
yeah.
So first off, got me excited. Sami Zayn. He was there. There was a picture, like they were showing like this video or something like that, and he was there as the champion at Takeover at one time, and I was like, Sami Zayn as champion! Whoa! I was getting excited. I got real hype at this point. And
I'm
then
not even that excited about Sami Zayn, and I love Sami Zayn.
and then Bailey was she was like working on her promo or her like her little like promo thing for the Takeover video package. I don't know if she was working on it at this point in the show or if she was like just sitting there and like just about to begin it and then they went to something else. I can't remember.
Well, anyway, we next, any points after Tino before Emma's partner?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tino.
We just talked about Tino.
Tino was studying film, which I thought was really cool. Because, I think with pro wrestling, you don't think about people studying film and trying to get better in that fashion. And I think it's cool because even if what was that?
Okay, Justin, say exactly what I just said.
Sorry. You know what? Let me get my point out. And then, but you don't think about them studying film as a way of getting better. I thought it was cool to see him studying that film though, and it kind of shows some comfort with him. He obviously had the film study with football, so it's kind of his way of improving, which I think is pretty cool. One thing about athletes though is that they do all like most athletes for the most part, and a guy like Tino who came from football, I think it's kind of the same thing with guys like this who don't like go through the business, is they all want to be the best. Like with pro wrestling, you kind of learn that you're not going to always be the champion. You're not going to always be, the top guy. And I feel like sometimes with these athletes, sometimes even lifters, I know Casey probably has one in mind. You always want to be the best. So when you get that spotlight, you're not going to give it up. It kind of makes you understand it a little bit more with Cena, I think, just because you kind of, because he wants to be the best and he tries to be the best. In case he's not looking at me because that's Cena, but you try because you're trying to be the best. Sometimes you feel like those other guys shouldn't get that spotlight, and I think that's kind of something that I hope Tino doesn't fall into, because it's a good thing that you want to be the best at what you do, but sometimes from a professional wrestling standpoint, as far as storylines is concerned and where you come out on storylines, it's not always the best thing. But it's cool to see Tino, trying to improve. Casey's mad at me already on the first episode of the ICWP in 2016. So.
You had to mention the C word, the JC word, and not Jesus Christ, but
Jesus.
I was gonna. Anyway, moving on to someone I like about as much as John Cena, a little bit more than John Cena. I'll admit it. I like her a little bit more than John Cena, but not much. We see Emma's partner being worked on after after she botched a move that Asuka executed so perfectly.
She fell.
She
fell down.
She executed it so perfectly. It was almost unbotchable. But Emma's partner found a way. She found a way to botch it. And, she almost, took herself out of the Takeover special. She almost did, because she botched it so bad and she hurt herself. But any thoughts on her being worked on in the back after she botched in the move?
She didn't botch it. Who do you think you are? She didn't botch it. I think she just fell a little bit wrong. It wasn't her fault. Asuka got, she got them hips, they don't lie. So, thus, when they don't lie and she hits you with them, you fall and it hurts. And apparently Asuka's pretty stiff anyway, from what I'm hearing from my girl. So, soon to be my girl Dana. We're getting tight at this point from Breaking Ground. Thanks a lot, Breaking Ground. I was just wondering how this was going to affect the Takeover match, which we would learn about later at some point.
Yeah. By the way, I think that Asuka should call that move "dat booty dough." That's it. I'm sorry. I was thinking about that when I was watching it. I was like, she should call it "dat booty dough." No, all right.
The great booty though, right? The great booty though.
Just that booty.
I had to do it. Great Muda, get it? Japanese, get it? Sorry.
Wow, racist.
You know what? I called it Funaki for the longest time. I think he's gotten over this racism.
So next, we go to Nia Jax's apartment, which we've been to a lot apparently in the past couple weeks. I mean, I feel like I live there now. I feel like I do. I moved in. My stuff's in there. I'm making up my room. I'm making my bed. But anyway, we were there. Well, I'm saying like we were there, like we were actually there, because I feel like we were. With her friend and her mom listening to her new entrance music. And her mom was doing a mom dance. And I was a little bit embarrassed for Nia Jax. I'm not even going to lie. It was bad. Any thoughts on her apartment, her music, or her mom dancing?
I thought it was pretty cool to see her revealing her music to the fam, because I think that's kind of one of those things you never think about too. You think about obviously they reveal it to some people, but you're thinking sometimes you got some superstars or divas or women who want to, don't say it, who want to keep it, a secret, for their family. So I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool to see how much she kind of revealed to the moms and friend.
I mentioned friend. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Friend. I think he's gay though. I mean, he comes
not.
off.
He's not.
He's
a great guy.
He comes off as the gay best friend. I'm saying it. He comes off as the gay best friend. I don't know.
But are gay best friends always gay though? Because technically, I get the term gay best friend, but sometimes you're a gay best friend just because you're in the friend zone. It's not your fault. It's not really something that you did that. Oh, sorry. We Breaking Ground, episode 6.
Yeah, Breaking Ground. Moving on from that awkwardness to the point of this whole video. I feel like this is the point of this whole episode.
JoJo? No.
No.
I didn't see it. I gotta go back and watch it.
JoJo and Noof don't exist anymore.
Yes, they do.
Tyler Breeze is the man, saving all kind of stray dogs and whatnot. He is the man. He was good, but now he's the man. Any thoughts on him saving the life of that poor dog, that homeless dog?
I thought that was pretty cool. He was trying to take a selfie with the dog. I'm glad that dog didn't get called an uggo, because that would not have been nice, Tyler. So, thank you, Tyler. And did you see Pale Batista over there? Did you see him?
I did see
Batista without a tan. That's who it was. Batista with no tan.
So the next notes that I wrote down were we had Nia Jax kind of talking with Baron Corbin and Rhino about her entrance and everything, and Baron Corbin has the balls to joke about Nia Jax tripping into the ring when the man can't even fall out the ring. Come on, man. You can't even fall out of the ring, and you're making jokes about her falling into the. And Rhino was just kind of a dick. Any thoughts on the? Come on, man.
Baron Corbin beating Baron Corbin. We went over this multiple times about Baron Corbin and his personality. But it was kind of cool that he did talk about his experience when I think he did like trip, like going into the ring or something like that. He said, which I kind of want to go back and see because I don't remember it. I didn't notice it, but he was like he was like beat red and sweating like crazy afterward. Because that's how you want to make it. Unless you're Emma, she's like the only one that can pull it off. If you're Emma, you can pull it off. But other than that,
But I mean,
maybe Crazy Steve.
He didn't mention him not being able to fall out of the ring. You notice that. You notice he didn't mention that.
He's gotta keep it a secret because I think some people didn't notice, and then we brought it to light. So now people are like, oh, Baron can't fall out of the ring.
Yeah. So thanks to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, everybody knows that Baron Corbin doesn't know how to fall out of a ring, which you wouldn't think would be something you would need to know until he did it. But anyway, so next we get the nice people from Mattel, the guys that made all your action figures when you were growing up, all the toys. They came and they did some facial and body scans for possible action figures coming in, I guess, 2016. They said they were going to be coming out, so we should be getting some cool action figures coming out, except at my store, because my store still has freaking Chris Sabin action figures, and he hasn't even been in TNA in like 2 years.
What's wrong with Chris Sabin?
There's nothing, but they have TNA action figures, and the man hasn't even been
vintage
in
action figures. Didn't Michael Cole tell you? Vintage.
Anyway, moving on. Any thoughts on the action figures that we might be getting that we could play with and have our own little matches like we did when we were kids? No?
I don't know why I say all the time now, but
That's a new thing in 2016.
It is. I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of was wondering about how people would react or how like superstars, wrestlers would react to getting their own action figure. I think it's kind of the same way you react when you like if you're like a legit superstar and you get scanned for the video game and then you see yourself in the video game, then you play yourself in the video game, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's me. Because you get that feeling when you create yourself and you create a good copy of yourself. But like if it was actually like it looked like you, acted like you, you'd be like, oh man. It kind of like shows that you're kind of a star, and there's a report, inside sources, courtesy of these headphones, earlier today said that Mattel's coming by this here house to scan me and make me into an action figure. I think my pose is gonna be like that, maybe. I don't know yet. I gotta figure it out. They said they're gonna figure out what's the best one for me because I think punching like that might hurt my fingers. So they might try something else.
Okay, so it's not going to be doing the Superman punch.
That might be what it is, But then they couldn't get my right hand from my left hand, and it would be weird because I'd just be stuck like this the entire time. And they might even scan a copy of this here belt just for me.
Anyway, yeah, but this reminded me of they actually did this in the Tough Enough season when Austin was the host. I remember they came in and did that with the NXT or the Tough Enough contestants, which was kind of cool. Kind of, gave them that little bit of an incentive, like, this could be you, blah, blah, blah. And I think they even did it on the original Tough Enough, if I'm not mistaken.
You're telling me Josh Allen has an action figure?
He probably
I'm getting it.
You could probably find it on eBay for like 12 cents because I hate him right now. I loved him when he first came to TNA, and now he just annoys the shit out of me. Anyway, moving on. We get Mojo Rawley and Nia Jax. You know, he's pumped about her new ring gear, but then again, he's pumped about everything, so you can't really tell if it's really good because he's just always hyped. So it's not really a good idea to get his opinion because he's just always hyped. But I found out that they have an extremely elaborate handshake that I could not follow and understand because there was like boo, boo, boo. There was a twist. There was like a pirouette thing, and I don't even whatever happened to like a fist bump, man? What? Why it gotta be all complex?
Casey, that's when you know the friendship is real.
Oh,
You know,
oh,
that's what it is.
oh. Okay. So I've never had a real friendship, apparently. Going into 2016 happy. We go back to Tino. And first off, any thoughts about the handshake or the ring gear or breaking my spirit?
You know, shout out to Mojo. He always getting something right. You know, I think it's like his job or something, like, just to get people hype. You know, I need Mojo Rawley when I wake up to like go to class or go to work or something, so I can just be ready. You know, if he was there just as like a motivational speaker type of guy for me, you know, I'd be good. You know, I'd be ready for the day every single day. You know, you can't wake up with crusties in your eyes with Mojo Rawley there. You know, it just doesn't happen. They just like pop out before you even get up. You know, it's just how it is.
I mean, but if you had to choose Mojo Rawley or Bo Dallas,
You know, all you have to do is Bo Lee. I would probably choose Bo because you know me and Bo, we've been tight. You know, we got a handshake. We've been tight for a minute. You know, at least probably 2 minutes.
I mean, I did see a beautiful picture of Dolph Ziggler kicking him in the face. It was beautiful. I almost put it as my screensaver, my wallpaper. I almost printed it out poster size, put it on my wall. It was so good. But anyway, we go back to Tino working in the performance center. You know, getting ready, getting pumped, getting ready to go back in the ring and do better than he did last time, because last time it was a little bit of a letdown. I was so ready for
look like Dookie. Sorry, I didn't think you were gonna say it, so I had to put it in there.
his.
You know,
They
just
did.
for you.
They did. They looked like Dookie. I love the man, but they look like Dookie. Any thoughts on him working out in the ring, maybe making his punches not look like Dookie?
Well, I think he was alone, so I don't really know how his punches look tonight. You know, but I did notice he was probably working on because he was alone, so probably working on falling out of the ring so he doesn't get that Baron Corbin syndrome.
Yeah,
You know, it's a smart move. You know, good work, Tino.
I mean, but he did do a couple punches to the turnbuckle. So I mean, you know, he worked on it a little bit. So, but we can't really tell with turnbuckles. I mean, so next they showed Nia Jax's debut, which we've already seen. So we know she just kind of walks down the ramp, doesn't do anything special. So she
got the
figured
hair
out.
flip. He told you in this episode to get down there. She walked like this, and then she looked like that. Hit that hair flip real quick. You know, y'all didn't see the flip because my hair is invisible. You know, the long portions of my hair, it's invisible, so you couldn't see it. But just imagine, you know, let me see. You know, like that, you know, just flip it. Actually, I got a wig right here. I got this. I'm gonna look like just like Nia Jax.
Whoa, and her hair fell off? Wow. That's a good entrance.
Y'all didn't see that. That was in the deleted scene.
That was a good that was a good entrance. I like it. But anyway, next we get Sami Zayn, baby. He starts, working in the ring on some bumps and some in-ring stuff. Unfortunately, they didn't have anybody good for him to work with, so they had to settle for the -10 Ty Dillinger can't finish a storyline. But it's cool. It's cool. Next week they'll find somebody better. Any thoughts on this?
I never hear you giving Jason Jordan, call him JJ, any grief for not finishing the storyline, but you will give the perfect one, the perfect egg. You will give him all the grief in the world, because WWE decided to screw him on his JJ TD storyline.
I mean, because he wasn't good enough.
You're racist.
Because no.
You are perfect tennis.
I am perfect tennis because he's not a perfect 10, but I'll tell you who is a perfect 10. Tyler Breeze, who, by the way, was getting ready for the Takeover event. He's getting pumped with his new dog Bojangles. Yes, I named his dog Bojangles because I could, because he didn't say what its name was, so I just named it Bojangles. Because also we saw Alexa, so that was good. What? His name is Bojangles. You got a problem with that?
Does she also jangle, or?
I mean, she does some. Sorry, what? I at this point I forgot that Emma's partner actually had been cleared for the Takeover event. So she was there, and we get Jason Jordan, JJ, trying to spit some game with Emma's partner. He's trying to get some, even though I think he has a girlfriend. I'm pretty sure that he has a girlfriend. I think we met his girlfriend previously in this season. But I'm not calling him out or anything. I'm not doing that. JJ. Yeah, you see me, boy. You see me. Anyway, any thoughts on the perfect 10 Tyler Breeze, the perfect 11 Alexa Bliss, or Emma's partner, or Alexa Bliss, or JJ, or Alexa Bliss, or Alexa Bliss.
Dana, JJ, they were chatting it up. I think JJ, he might be trying to get like a side chick or something. And JJ, we call you JJ for a reason, but that's not nice, man. You can't be doing that for your girl. Don't do that. I'll take Dana, and you can take your girl. No, I thought this was you don't really notice these relationships that these people have, and it seems like, especially with NXT, like there's a lot of close relationships within that like locker room and whatever they change and stay in. I thought this was cool. Did we talk about Sami Zayn trying to get back on track? We did great.
Oh yeah, we be talking. We could talk about Sami Zayn all night. Cause Sami Zayn.
I agree with Sami Zayn though. He did say that if he went back to NXT for a long period of time, he felt like he was regressing or being stagnant. And I know I said this before that like I would feel the same way because it feels like he's already been on the main roster / already done all he can do in NXT. It seems like. So I hope they do something that's not a lot of NXT for him. Like put him in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I forgot to go over that, but Listen, I was too hyped. I was too hyped.
For Alexa Bliss.
Oh, she's so pretty. But yeah, it is a little bit. It obviously not now because we know what happened. He's back in freaking NXT, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but he did kind of, get injured on unsure terms. You weren't really sure if that was officially his call up or it was kind of a gray area. So like you said, he wasn't really sure if he goes back, if he's going to be put in NXT again or if he's going to go up to the main roster. But again, like we've said, there's this weird hesitation I feel like we have with guys going up to the main roster because, yeah, they've done really good stuff with Kevin Owens. They've done really good stuff with the Shield, the guys from the Shield who aren't the Shield anymore. But, I just mentioned them as the Shield because what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Because, I know what it is. It's because technically Roman Reigns is still in the Shield.
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's just waiting. But then you have guys like Neville, which kind of, I don't think they either gave up on him or, just don't know how to book him. Which I think they should put him back in NXT or, where he'll actually get chances to wrestle and have good storylines because they're not really doing anything with him on the main roster that's kind of worth anything right now. But moving on, blah, 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 blah. We get Jordan and Gable, Ready, Willing, and Gable for NXT TakeOver. But their nifty tracksuits are not Ready, Willing, and Gable, which was sad. They did not get to come out with their nifty tracksuits. I cried. I did. I felt for them because, how can you go out without nifty tracksuits? How? Explain that to me. Any thoughts on the not ready tracksuits that were not ready?
It's a shame. Everything dealing with Chad Gable is always Ready, Willing, and Gable. So it must not have been meant to be. I think they should have changed it immediately. They should have just went ahead and changed from tracksuit to something else because it wasn't Ready, Willing, and Gable. So be something.
Yeah, I mean
No.
They should have changed from tracksuits to the obvious choice. Jeans and biker vests. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Maybe that's too much of a change. I don't know. I feel like that's something WWE would do anyway. But the final segment of this show, we see Bayley finally kind of getting to the event and getting ready for the big match against Sasha Banks, the Iron Woman match, which was exciting. It kind of, ended the show kind of getting you excited, ready for more to see what happened, even though you saw what happened because it already happened. But next, they did say that next week will be the season finale of Breaking Ground. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen, and then what's going to happen next season. Again, I don't think it should be seasons. I think it should just go right through. But whatever. Any thoughts on the last part of the show?
I agree. They don't need seasons because it's on the network. So who do you have to please? Who do you have to like? There's not like a spot for another show to come on because breaking ground isn't there. So I don't understand the season thing either. But I'm excited for the finale nonetheless. Bailey was still nervous for Takeover. I want to see how what ran through her mind. You know, that point. But I'm excited for this season finale of Breaking Ground.
That's right. It is the season finale. I guess that's how you would say it if you were French. I think it's a French word anyway for final. I don't know. I didn't take French. I don't know. But this is the finale of this Breaking Ground review. And we will see you on the flippity dippity. Bye.